Okay, so we're just going to have a bit of conversation about the foundation course, which we'll be leading next year. I thought I'd just start by asking Nirajamani what her experience of doing the foundation course was.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I guess when I did the foundation course, I'd done a few Buddhism courses, and I got interested. I'd started to meditate, and I had the sense that there was really something here that was already helping me in my life and allowing me to kind of face difficulties in particular. And from that, I felt like I just want to I want to go deeper with that. I want to kind of, what more can I do? And the foundation course popped up. And yeah, it was a great opportunity. There's a lot of people who are on that course that I'm still friends with now. So it partly was an opportunity to get to know other people and to kind of build a sense of connection and friendship through that. And partly it was just this opportunity to understand a bit more of what I had already got a bit of a flavour for, of what meditation can offer and what the Buddha's teachings have to offer. And I think for me it felt like it gave me a really good foundational sense of some of those teachings, where the courses I'd done before kind of was like just dipping into something, and the foundation course just gave that much broader, fuller sense in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think my experience of the foundation, because in my day we didn't have a foundation course,
Yeah.
but we had the same material, but it was presented in a different way. And for me, when I signed up for it, to that study course generally, I felt a huge relief, because I thought, well, until that point, I'd been in the library that we had where I was, and there's all these tapes, they were all as tape lectures in those days, and it was a great big plastic chest of all these, hundreds of these lectures, and they all had the most exciting titles, and I was absolutely fascinated by all of them, but I didn't know where to start, and I went into a kind of panic, and on the one hand I was totally sort of fixated on them, wanted to find out about Buddhism, and on the other I didn't know where to begin, and so I just sort of sat there like a dog between two dinners. But when I signed up for the course, I just relaxed, because I thought, well, I'm going to go through it all, which I did, and then I was able to sort of take it a week at a time, a talk at a time, and that was very, very valuable, and it sort of gradually built till I had a very sort of thorough grounding in Buddhism. So that's what we're offering really in this course, isn't it? It's the next step. If you've been coming along for a while, you've done some of our preliminary courses, you like the taste of Buddhism, and you think you're a Buddhist, or you think that you might be a Buddhist, I think this is the next thing to do.
So, Satyadaka, I know you've taught on these foundation courses quite a few times, and I just wonder whether you could say a bit about what the structure of the course is like, maybe as compared to some of the other courses that people might do.
Yeah. Well, on some of the other courses, there usually is some kind of preparation, isn't there? We usually send out some material in advance, or at least sometimes we do. And if at the very least there'll be a presentation on the night, which we then explore. Well, with the foundation course, there's quite a lot of material each week, probably about 10 pages worth of stuff to read. So it's quite a lot of material. It's easy to read and it's very interesting. But that's just the beginning. So we do expect people to have prepared it when they come to the class. And then in the class itself, we don't sort of go all through the material. We just talk about it amongst. We either are in one big group or we're in a couple of smaller groups, whichever is best. And we talk about the material, and we're trying to explore how it impacts on our lives. So it's not just an abstract thing. It's not like we're just finding out about Buddhism, although we are finding out about Buddhism. But it's how does it impact on us? And I think people tend to find that is quite a life-changing experience in itself. isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You were kind of hinting at that in what you said.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking as you were saying that, like, I really remember that about when I did the foundation course, and that sense of like even just coming into the group felt like it was practice. You know, like I was working with what are my responses to being in this group of people, what are my responses to talking in this space or not talking in this space, as well as looking at the specifics of the material that we were looking at and trying to work out how that related in my life. Is that true? Is that really true for me in my experience? Like, I think I really enjoyed those reflections of kind of exploring, oh, is that true? Does that happen? You know, things like looking more deeply at ethical practice and the sort of nitty-gritty of, in my own experience, what does that look like? Because actually a scenario that's out here in the imaginal is very different from actually being in front of a person or in a particular situation. And I think, for me that was very much it brought it all much more alive, because it was real to my experience in the actual study sessions, but also outside of them. And then there was a lot of reflection around that.
Yes. Well, you sort of you're aware of how the teaching is impacting on you, aren't you? But you also see how it's impacting on the other people, and people all share their experience about it.
Yeah.
So you have a kind of double angle on it all, your own and other people's. And of course you don't always agree with the other people. So it can be a bit uncomfortable, but also very rewarding.
Yeah.
I'm just reflecting on when I did study originally, I didn't enjoy that aspect of it. I didn't enjoy the group aspect of it. I found it, I don't know, I just felt I was being told what to think almost. And I think there was an element of that in those days. But we're not like that now. We're much much more user friendly, I think. And
And those kinds of interactions really, for me, really taught myself a lot about myself as well. Like having those, both the difficulties where it's like, no, I really don't agree, I'm sure that's not what it's about, but also the ones where people talk about their own experience and really demonstrating something of what I was feeling, or
yes.
what I, very valuable, I think.
Yeah.
So, Satyadaka, I wonder if you could say a bit about what the first term of the foundation course might look like, or what we're going to cover in that.
Yes, well, it's we'll be looking at the three jewels of Buddhism, the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha, in some detail. They're got known as the three jewels. They're very important things in Buddhism. So, what are they? It's good to know what they are if they're such an important part of Buddhism. I think there's a title like What is a Buddhist? The Buddha, the goal of Buddhism, the Buddha, the founder and his quest, and then the Dharma, the many dimensions of the Dharma, and the Sangha as the goal. So, just give you a bit of a flavour for it, but obviously we go into it in some depth.
Thanks, yeah. And so that sits within this this bigger sort of frame of the course, which we're going to be doing over the year actually. So there's 5 terms to it, and that's the first term. And you don't have to sign up. You don't have to do the whole year. You can do the first term and decide actually I don't want to do the next one. But what we've found, what I know you've found, is that actually people get a lot from doing the whole year, from doing all the terms, because the material leads into each other in a way, and feeds on each other, and also there's something about having that opportunity to share that space with a group of people for a longer period of time, to get to know each other and yourself a bit more deeply at the same time. But the invitation is to sign up for the first term and see. And I guess what we do say is because it's a different kind of a course in a way, we do ask that people sign up when they've already done a few courses with us, so they've got some level of some kind of basis on which to do this next bit of study. But if someone's interested and wants to know more or wants to find out whether it might be suitable, then please do just get in touch and we can discuss that and explore with you and maybe let you know a bit more about it.
Yeah. So it's starting on the 15th of January, it's a Monday night, and it runs for 10 weeks. And as Nirajamani just said, it's the first of potentially 5 sessions over the course of the year. So, yeah, do think about coming.